Welcome to We4All, the first 3D printing matching platform. Short, my name is Nezar Al-Shakerchi, and I am a mechanical engineer, have more than 10 years experience in 3D printing technologies and done a lot of 3D printing projects in different companies. So we thought our vision is like how can we democratize 3D printing technology. And first of all, we took a look how we can divide this technology in the segments to understand it better. First of all, the first step is to define the requirements. Second step is the 3D design, and the third step is the 3D printing part. So with that, we can understand how 3D printing workflows can generally be created. And with different workflows, you can solve different solutions. And you know that all if you have some kind in touch of, if you are in touch with AM technology. For example, to create new things, you have other workflows than to repair things or simulate or for serial production. And this is what we identified. So, but the big issue in that is that customers without any know-how in the market, they don't master all three steps completely. So when they get into the business of 3D printing or they want to realize their own ideas or solve special problems, they try to define their requirements by themselves. They try to design by themselves first, and then they try also print by themselves. And usually it's too complex, it is too risky for them and too confusing because it's a new technology and there is a lot of solutions which we are all proud of and like to learn, but from the perspective of the customer, it is a struggle. And then they say, okay, I don't know how to do it, so I will learn it. And this is the second problem. He starts to learn it and it's a big mess. So they don't know, they don't have like a red line or like a guidance to walk them through their requirements till the right solution. And this is the problem that we are eager to fix. So we thought, okay, let's bring all players on one place. It's called the We4All platform. And we divided the customers with their ideas, requirements. And then we have, secondly, the designers. Can be a freelancer, service provider, or whatever. And then we have the 3D producers, like print farms, print platforms, and so on and so forth. And then let's share the work together. So we identify the individual needs of the customers and match them with different designers with different skills and different producers with different capabilities in that regard. And this is done by our matching tool. So we learned with every project how things work and why customers use this kind of technology for that kind of reason. And this is our MVP. So you fill in your requirements, then select different options in the second stage. Then we show you the results, what kind of 3D printing technology, what kind of materials, what kind of designers or producers you need to generate your own workflow. And we also give you additional information, for example, the location if you are eager to produce in the local environment. So, what is our product? Our product is that we build matches and offering workflows in that regard. In general, we identified 20 critical questions that every workflow should be answered, so you have a workflow that works. And our customer values, we remove the hurdles for the customer. It's very important because even if we have different technologies and solutions, we need to make it understandable for our customers. We need to understand them first. Then our matches adapts to the requirements. We have also the possibility that the workflows can be used infinitely. So if you always produce the same thing, you can always trigger that workflow without any hurdles. And it's a highly scalable solution. It doesn't depend if you just want to print one part or 1,000 parts. We adjust to that without any hurdles. It is simple, transparent, and very organized. And we are focusing on hardware, small and medium-sized businesses in Europe. And 42% of those businesses want to use AM technology, but they're afraid. So this is because they think it's too risky because they don't have the overview and the orientation for this technology. And this is what we are focusing on. To us, we are a small startup in Berlin. We are incorporated and are in Berlin, exactly. And we do the matching in the manual mode right now. And we did more than 140 projects this year. And yes, our teamwork makes the dream work. And we have different specialists that helps us to come and solve the issues in this matter for the customers. Yes, we are bootstrapped, but if you want to invest in us, it's free. Come to us. We can talk about that. And if you help us further to do the automatization for the matching tool, that would be good if you want to. Exactly. So our goal is to democratize this technology, even if in the medical area. So come reach out to us if you are offering design services, 3D printing services, or as a customer, feel free. Let's start the next project here. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'm ready for your questions if you have some. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nezar. So this was Nezar Al-Shakerchi from We For All. Where can we meet you? How can we get in contact with you?
Internet, weforall.eu, weforall.eu, or I'm here around the whole 2 days. Just contact me, talk to me.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, and we continue immediately, and right now we are moving towards sustainable and internal orthosis production with adapted FDM. And here we have Simon, Dr. Simon Hensch, partner and R&D engineer at MindWerk GmbH und Co. KG. Simon, deine Bühne. The stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. So today I want to tell you about our research in the field of AM in OT, in orthopedic technologies. Okay, yeah. We are MindWerk, a startup that develops AM and IT solutions, CCTech, an OT company that specializes in scoliosis care, and the Department of Biomedical Engineering of the Technical University of Berlin. The findings I'm talking about come mainly from these two publicly funded research projects, Brace IT and Rebrace. So scoliosis braces and many other ortheses are traditionally manufactured using the manual thermoforming process. And the production of a scoliosis brace at CCTech is shown here. While they make the best braces all around, the manual thermoforming process is inherently wasteful, as half of the raw material is cut away during production, and the thermoforming tool, which is CNC'd from PU, is also environmentally problematic. Hence, the idea of using AM to make those braces and other ortheses. And we focused on FDM because of the size of the scoliosis brace, and because FDM has some interesting advantages compared to other more high-end AM technologies which are being used in orthopedic technology today, such as SLS, multi-jet fusion, and resin printing. So FDM is extremely scalable. It's very accessible. It's more than precise enough for OT, and it can process the widest range of materials of all AM technologies. And its products can be adjusted by hot forming. So we are convinced that these properties make FDM the ideal tool for internal production of ortheses, in contrast to powder bed technologies, which are only suitable for external surface production. Yeah, but damn, those damn coarse FDM layers. They ruin everything. They are the reason for the anisotropy of the mechanical properties and the poor surface quality of FDM parts. So our nice idea of final products in OT made in FDM gets squashed. Again, it's only good enough for prototypes like prosthesis test sockets. Yeah. But enter our solution. Yeah, it's 5-axis FDM. It compensates for all those disadvantages and makes internal production of superior final products viable. 5-axis FDM is gaining popularity. Each year you can see more of these robotic arms at Formnext, or these classic CNC architectures like in this great open source project Open 5X. But we use 5-axis kinematics that have been specifically adapted to the needs and the geometries of OT products. And in the spirit of RepRap, I built the first iteration of these kinematics around this cheap desktop printer. So our version of these kinematics, of the 5-axis kinematics, is based on Cartesian kinematics, and 1 rotational degree of freedom is added to the tool head, and 1 rotational degree of freedom is added to the part. And the part is not printed on a flat build surface, but on a tool, a rotating tool that defines the inner contour of the part. And the tool is printed conventionally beforehand. And this kinematics is perfect for all the near cylindrical shapes we encounter in OT. And with our custom path planning software, it allows us to print all these nice lattice structures. And we can print with a really high volumetric flow rate. So these structures are built up by just 3 layers. And we can print with materials that have high thermal contraction without compromising the precision of the inner contour, which is critical for the fit of our products, because the inner contour is defined by the tool. And we can also print lattice structures with materials such as TPU, which would be impossible with conventional FDM. And since the tool is supported on both sides, these kinematics are perfectly scalable up to the size of scoliosis braces. And obviously we need a large tool for that, but we can split this tool into several parts to optimize printing time of the tool. And here we see the result of being able to print along the direction of the applied loads instead of being limited to the conventional layer structure. Now we can really play to the strengths of the materials being used. So to really take control of the entire process and the product, the logical next step is not only to print in-house, but also to produce the filament in-house. And this is possible with FDM, since there are capable small-scale production lines available. And finally, since thermal contraction is no longer an obstacle with us, we can even process HDPE, and we can recycle the production waste from the conventional process. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Simon. Dr. Simon Hensch, thank you very much. How can we get in contact with you?
Just Google me, you find the thesis. It's all state-of-the-art now. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And we continue right now with functional prototyping with surgical precision. And practical insights will be given with connection to RB Elektromedizin. And here is coming Markus, Dr. Markus Kury. The stage is yours.
Thank you very
Welcome.
much.
Yeah, applause.
Yeah. Thank you that I can present our project here. It's about functional prototyping with electromedicine. I just want to show you what are the benefits when you use additive manufacturing for prototyping. I would like to start with a short introduction with both companies. So I will start with the much older company, Erbe, that was founded back in 1851 by Christian Heinrich Erbe in Tübingen, and he was very involved in the local university environment, where he started to build first optical and mechanical devices, and later on started to develop really medical devices and instruments for the local university professors. And he was a real pioneer when it came to develop these devices back then. Today, Erbe is much bigger, so it's still family-owned, 5th generation, 1,600 employees, globally operating, and still an innovation leader in this medical device manufacturing realm. So a really great story also of German Mittelstand. Technology-wise, I think it makes sense to take a look what Erbe is doing. They specialized on medical devices and instruments for electrosurgery, plasma surgery, thermofusion, hydrosurgery, cryosurgery, and also hybrid systems. So you can see they make medical devices and instruments, and they always have an add-on. That's why they also provide very highly valuable products. Short introduction of Cubicure. Cubicure is a Vienna-based company. We are known for our hot lithography approach. This means that Actually, we use heat, like the hot in the word, and lithography, which means light, for curing our materials. So this is a typical wet polymerization process we're using. And the initial idea about heating was really to bring new materials on the market. We are able to process highly viscous resins and also highly filled systems that end up having different properties from the usual resin-based systems we know. The second vision of Cubicure was also to scale the processes, so to really have big volume production, and that's why also we introduced Sirion as a big platform where we really can produce throughput and go into direct manufacturing. Well, today I will speak about the small platform we use. So we have a highly precise laser system where we work together with Erbe. Erbe approached us back in 2020 and they said, okay, we want to go into a instrument product development, and we were thinking about how to start. And the first thing we were thinking about was which material can we use, and we ended up with evolution, which provided the abilities that we needed and the properties we needed for the final instruments. And we started with a very simple approach. So the first thing was really a haptic sample. And we are simply looking, how is the surface quality? Can we use it? Is it good enough? Are the material properties good enough? The mechanical properties, can you stress it? And then we started to go after multiple iterations. So you see, this is only a part of the medical device, and we did multiple iterations. And then we came to initial prototype, where you see that it is about implementing mechanical properties and really mechanical function. So, for example, Erbe is doing a lot of with electro medicine, for example, or they also have like thermomedicine, where they use certain approaches in order to cut, for example, tissue. We implemented them and did the first test and optimized it. So the next step was really a functional prototype in the end, where we had also the evaluation of the stability, where we really went into the first testings, where we did also the first tissue testings, and further enhanced this continuous cycle of improvement and design changes. And after that, we were already very close to the final design. So we printed 45 sets consisting of 500 parts of prototypes, and where we still implemented slight iterations just in order to get really to the final design. So you see, this was done over a time period of around 8 months, where we really did a lot of iterations, and finally also the functional testings. We were able to sterilize it. It passed the cytotoxicity test. We had the first field studies where we really did tests on tissue, and finally had the prototype developed where we can really move to injection molding and to the final product. So as a conclusion and and comparison also to injection molding, we saw that we really have very quickly and intermediate available high quality prototypes with good surface quality. We have short iteration cycles where you can really test a lot, which is really a big benefit if you can test a lot in a short period of time in order to find the perfect design for the final product, and of course then for your customers in the end. We were able to test it in a field study, and of course time was shorter, reduced time and reduced costs. For the next step, we also would like to take a look into direct production. So really to try to make the learnings we had, to bring it on the big platform, for example, and to direct manufacturing. All right, finally, thank you very much to our cooperation partners Erbe, and especially to Jens Helm and Lauren Schönhaar for your support and for the project lead. And if you have further questions, if you want to take a look at the parts we printed, you can also drop by our booth. There we have printed examples of it.
you very much. You stated everything. The booth is outside. Thank you very much, Markus, Dr. Markus Kury from the Cubicure GmbH. And right now we are moving to the next subject, which is standardization and reproducibility of 3D bioprinting. And I would like to welcome here on stage Dr. Gregor Weisgrab. He is the CEO and also the co-founder of Biomotion Technology. So right now, Gregor, this is your stage.
Thank you.
Applause to Gregor. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Gregor Weisgrab, CEO and co-founder of Biomotion. And our 3D bioprinters enable the reliable production of human tissues. Now we've heard a bit about bioprinting today in the earlier sessions, just to get everybody on the same level. We use essentially robotics to deposit stem cells or cells, human cells, and biomaterials, think of collagen, in a layer-by-layer fashion to produce tissues that resemble the human body. And to understand the application of it, I want you to imagine a patient with diabetes. And now imagine this patient receives a living implant that relieves them of their condition, allows them to produce insulin again, and also alleviates any further complications down the road, including potential death. Now this sounds a bit far-fetched and a bit from the future, but there's biomedical companies and pharmaceutical companies that develop this exact biomedical product using 3D bioprinting. There's a lot of similar applications thereof. For example, breast implants after mastectomy. We heard about this earlier sessions today. But also meniscus implants or cartilage implants that restore the functionality of the knee. And apart from direct implantation to human, another massive field of application is, of course, the in vitro pharmaceutical drug screening application as a viable alternative to animal models. So I want you to really take from this is that bioprinting really has this vertical applications in healthcare that are very versatile. At the moment, however, bioprinting suffers from low reproducibility. We've spoken to manufacturers of tissue engineering companies, and we found out that they suffer from 20% weight variation in the final product, which is, of course, massive. And as a manufacturer, what you need to do then is you have, of course, very high material and time waste, as you need to print until it's right. And you're going to have a very challenging regulatory approval. And so bioprinters cost up to 200,000 euros, and they all suffer from this problem. Not all of them. You see, Biomotion offers patent-pending bioprinters with automated quality assurance. Our printers understand what they're supposed to be printing and what they're doing at this very moment. They measure the process, and as soon as they detect a deviation, they can automatically self-correct the process. And with this, we actually enable zero-defect biofabrication or first-time right bioprinting and can reduce the wasted patient material down to 80%. More specifically, we get to correct the shape of the printed filament, of the printed material, biomaterial strand, and also the cellular density of the product, which is very interesting, especially if you think about inter-batch variability. And so this is our USP on the market, and with this we want to guarantee the consistent production of biological tissues and further down the road also implants. With this solution, we are addressing tissue engineering companies, contract manufacturing organizations, but also the academic sector. And as a next stage, with some partners, we also want to implement pre-validated tissue models on these systems as part of a cartridge system. And so if this is interesting to you, I'd like to invite you. We're currently showcasing our latest bioprinting system in the exhibition hall. And we're also looking for pilot customers for next year that we can together standardize a biofabrication process. The team is currently led by my CTO, Dr. Diego Castañeda. He's a general surgeon with 5 years of bioprinter development. I did my PhD in automation for tissue engineering, and we're currently really expanding the team, looking for more software developers and people on the financial side, application scientists. We're also supported by several spin-off incubating systems, including Weisgrab from TU Vienna and TU Munich. So in these past couple of months, we were already able to sell our first systems to really generate industry interest and get pilot customers in that would like to standardize their production, tissue engineering companies. And we have actually raised the money and secured the partnerships required to really pull off the product development. And so with this, I want to finalize this really saying that inviting you to our booth and seeing the system by yourself, and really looking forward if you have applications in tissue engineering that you would like to take out from research to a production site. With this, we're Biomotion Technologies, and we tackle automation and reliability in 3D bioprinting. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much, Gregor.